Okay, so I threaded the needle. One of the things I want to show you is the different types of foot that they make for sewing machines. This is a regular one for sewing shirts and pants and clothes and things like that. Usually this is the one that comes with your sewing machine. This one is for sewing zippers. You'll notice that there's a centerpiece and then the needle is off to the side versus this one where the needle falls right in the middle. And then this one here is for sewing the piping or the welt, whatever, depending on what you want to call it. It has a tube there for the welt to pass through. This actually didn't work for me because it's too close to the base and doesn't allow enough material to pass underneath. It's too low. So I'm using the zipper attachment to make it happen. And what that does is allow you to make the welt. So that's what this is. It's basically a piece of plastic tubing, and they make different sizes of this. I think this is like one of the smallest sizes. And then I take a piece of material about 1.5 inches in length and fold it over and then sew it along this edge. Once I make that, then you can sew it to your siding. Here it is sewn to the siding. You can see the welt there, and then this is the material. So you sew it to that. This is the material without the welt or the piping sewn to it. You would lay the piping down here next to this edge and then sew it together. And then when you fold it over, this is what you're going to see on your seats. You're not going to see this. You're going to see this. So once you have the sides of the seat sewn to the welt, then you sew these two pieces to the part where you're going to actually sit at. This is the seat bottom or the seat back, either one. And this one doesn't have anything sewn onto the edges of it yet. It's just been cut to the pattern that I need. I already sewed the what do you call this? It's a texture just to give it. Some people call them pleats. These are for VW seats, so there's 7 lines there. And then this is that's the bottom. This is the back of the VW seat, and then here's one that's already been sewn, so you can see what it looks like with the side sewn onto it. And here's the edging. That's what it's going to look like. This is probably what you're used to seeing when you see a car. And this is the sides. The edges you're going to fold over and sew. You can slide a piece of wiring through here, so that way when you grab it, it doesn't rip through. Because underneath the seat there's little metal hooks that you can use to hold this down. And if you hook it through here, it could just pull right through and rip. So you want to sew it, and then if you want, you can put a piece of metal wiring through here to secure it better. So that's where I am at with my seats project. So right now I'm going to sew this side. This is actually for the back of the seat. I'm going to sew it onto this piece here. Here is some things that you should know when you're sewing. This is the siding, and you're going to face it down towards the material. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's a bump right here, or at least you could probably see the line. This is the threading. This is the welt that is sewn to this top piece. You want to get your needle as close as you can to that edge. If you want, you can just get it right on top of it, because when you fold this over, you don't want to have any gap between the welt and the material. You want it to be nice and tight like this. So See, there's very little gap there. So you want to get as close as you can to this line to keep that gap nice and tight. This is a home sewing machine, so it's really difficult to get all this material stuffed underneath this foot. I'm guessing if this was an industrial one, there'd be more space there, but I don't know. I've never used one before. An industrial machine, so we'll see how this comes out.
Ya estoy grabando.
So, oh, okay, you are? Alright. So first we gotta put the burlap to cover the springs.
Habla más recio.
And then, this is the back part of the seat, backrest. So we put the burlap over the springs. And then, you want to put this, is the jute, they call it. This goes over the, on top of the burlap.
What is that called again?
Jute.
Can you spell that?
J-U-T.
Okay.
I think, I don't know. Okay.
And where did you purchase this product?
The jute. Got it at the upholstery supply.
It could be any upholstery supply.
No, it should be one for automotive upholstery supplies. Okay, I don't think this is the right piece, so let's pause it. So here's the jute, and then here's the burlap, and then here's the seat. Next is the foam.
But can you explain first what type of material that is that you put underneath the foam?
The burlap is to protect the jute from from ripping on the springs. So you put that first. Then you put this to protect the foam to give it some, just another layer of added safety. And then the final piece is this.
Okay.
So I've never done this before. It's my first time. So we're gonna see how we're supposed to put this on. I have no clue.
And for the viewers, can you please tell us where you can find the material? For example, the jute, and for how much?
Whew. The burlap is the cheapest. The jute's a little more expensive, and then the foam is about the same price as the jute probably. But this is 1 inch thick foam that I'm using.
Yeah, but
you get it at an auto upholstery supply store. So now, this is the driver's side seat. The driver's side seat.
do you want to tell us what type of sewing machine you use to assemble everything?
Yeah, I used a home sewing machine. You're not supposed to use a home sewing machine. You're supposed to use an industrial machine, but I don't have an industrial machine, so I'm just using whatever you got at your house.
Okay.
You got to make it work with what you got. Okay, so
Approximately how long did it take you to make this?
just this piece right here, probably about, I would say an hour or so, but that's including making the welt itself too. Oh, looks like I missed a spot right there. Maybe I'll take it off and redo it, but let's just see if I can put this on.
And this is a seat to a bus.
Volkswagen bus.
Okay, what year?
1969 Volkswagen bus. Now the tricky part is going to be getting this on there, but making the foam stay in its place.
Okay.
Because as you're sliding it on, the foam wants to slide down too. Let's see, so it's going to be kind of tricky to do that. put it on and somehow get your hand inside there and slide it back up or something. But I was just gonna take a look to see how it feels.
How's it looking like on the other side?
Looks like the foam is getting caught up in there.
Oh.
So
Turn it around.
see how the foam is getting pushed down.
Mm-hmm.
Everything slid down
Mm-hmm.
as I was pulling the seat cover up. You want to see the other side?
Yeah.
See? If your arm is long enough, you can reach inside there and fix the foam. Feels like I ripped the foam pulling on it. So this is what we got so far. I can't really tell if the foam is lined up inside underneath. Feels like it is, but it's kind of hard to tell. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of hard when you don't have somebody helping you hold the chair, you know? It's probably better with two people. You can have somebody holding the chair as you're trying to arrange the cushion. So, let's see.
Hey, don't put it on top of the couch.
Did you get that, YouTube fans? Put it on top of the couch if you're having trouble.
That's dirty.
Alright, that's it. Okay, so here's a hog ring. Little notches in the plier. Hold the hog ring in place. And then sorry, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm just gonna grab it and hinge it on there. Now it's secure, so it's not gonna slide around when I'm putting the foam and the material on. So I'm gonna do that all the way around the edge and then go to the next step.